Marquez on the front row of the grid. Jack Miller, the rookie sensation. Fabio Quartararo and Cal. Row 3 headed by Danilo Petrucci, Franco Morbidelli and Taka Nakagami. Morbidelli now 4. Eko Bagnaia and yes, Valentino Rossi in Hall 6. Row 7, Andrea Iannone, Carol Abraham and Johan
out on 2019. Great start from Miller on the second row, and it's a good start from Dovizioso also. Not so.
The whole shot from Jack Miller. Marc Marquez in 3rd place. Maverick Vinales had a shocker. He's already lost 5 places off the line. He's down in 6th place. Alex Rins has gathered up 1 spot in 3rd. Crutchlow 4. Valentino Rossi is in 12th position.
He's just trying to make a move, actually, Rossi further back. Miller 2nd. There is Marquez now trying to get in the slipstream. Remember, Honda power this year. He's
brilliant move by Marc Marquez. Jack Miller, though, straight up the inside of the world champion. 5 places, 11th to 6th. Electric start from Mia.
Into turn 6 we go.
He had a clear grid slot in front of him with his teammate Fabio Quartararo starting from pit lane. Morbidelli was
pounced. You can see Dovizioso.
What's going on there with Jack Miller?
Miller really lost a lot of ground.
It was almost like he sat up. Has he got a...
What is it that he's throwing off here? Right in the middle of the circle. Why is he sitting up there? Right underneath. Yeah, you can't see him getting back into contention now, can you? Sadly, for the Australians, Matt, is that these guys, of course, are setting an interesting pace, aren't they? Quartararo, if we've seen these two come together, it was this time last year we saw that brilliant battle that went all the way to the line. And
in rear tyre of Valentino Rossi.
Well, there you can see Valentino 5th in 2 corners.
Suzuki's are storming through. It was on lap 13 last year when Alex Rins
out as well, Matt. 13th place ahead of Pol Espargaro.
The only man that's been in the 55 so far. Quartararo's doing them. He's doing low 155s. These guys are a mile off the pace of what's being capable of.
Marc Marquez, but Dovi fights back. Side by side they go into turn 1. Dovizioso resumes.
Calculated, he's methodical, he's analytical. They call him the professor, but when he needs to be ruthless, boy, he gets ruthless.
They bunch up a bit then as Rossi tags onto the back of this leading pass on Cal Crutchlow. There just wasn't quite enough of a gap there for him to be able to execute the move. Rins now all over the
gain. In these fast right-handers, Alex Rins with that manoeuvrable, agile Suzuki chassis. He's brought Honda and Ducati on the start-finish straight. Petrucci up the inside of Cal Crutchlow. It was tight, not plenty left in the lockup, plenty left in the tank. Going to be a pretty intriguing last 7 or 8.
You know why, waiting to pounce at the end, those last 5-6 laps.
This sees an opportunity to try and have a nibble at Andrea Dovizioso himself.
That was Yamaha's big weakness over the last couple of years. What we know is not a Ducati weakness, is his horsepower.
Isn't so bad for Vinales. It's just after that, the next few
of the podium. Here again, Rins. This is where he's doing all of his work in this 3rd.
We're on the 9th lap, there's 14 to go. There's Petrucci trying to go through on Joan Mir as we now make our way on to...
It's a full 10k slower through the speed traps than Andrea Dovizioso's Ducati. She pounces on Marc Marquez at turn 6. That's brilliantly done by the factory Ducati man. So 2 factory Ducatis now inside the... To be pushing because the pace is so slow that Vinales and Rossi and Morbidelli are not having to really...
Top 9 riders. Jack Miller there just in the background in 10th place. This is Petrucci and Marc Marquez.
Euler, as again, he's going to use a slipstream to lunge up the inside of Alex Rins at the first corner. Dovizioso has hardly touched that.
Exactly, fully fit himself right now as Marc Marquez block passes Rins brilliantly there and moves back up in really engaged in a brilliant battle here with Crutchlow. But here comes Maverick Vinales now. Can he find a way through? Just no except across the line to complete lap 11 with 11 to go. It is the halfway point of the first race of 2.
This lead group, Valentino Rossi has a big moment coming through turn number 3. Petrucci easily having the closest top 15. Your race leader.
This is the moment where, unfortunately, at turn 1 it went wrong for Danilo Petrucci in 3rd, looking as a factory Ducati rider for his first podium for his new team. Onto the start.
Intense, and it's so far delivered. Rins fights back.
Alex Rins there in 3rd place, looking quite smooth. Not completely lost touch of the two in too well, will it? 9 laps to go. Dovizioso, Marquez, Rins. Bit of a gap then back to these two.
5, Maverick Vinales a 156 flat, 7/10 of a second slower than Andrea Dovizioso. Every man in the top 6. He's not taking this one lying down at all, is he, the Suzuki man, showing Marc Marquez a front wheel. Times he come across the line and seen Marquez at the bottom of his pit board. Sort of thing at this stage of the race, they're actually dumbing down the power to manage the tyre. Well, they might have already been in that phase at the start.
Good, the game plan is working, but at what point does he go again? This is Johann Zarco, by the way. He's on for a
league group of 8. Franco Morbidelli's been dropped off it. He's been dropped back in there last year. They faded like a cheap pair of curtains. They ran out of rear grip. Yamaha have worked so much on improved.
Gami in a battle for 9th place, a bit further back behind this group of 8.
Dovizioso just perfectly content. Offer of about 10 bike lengths coming out the final corner. Can he open up that kind of a gap? Has he got the rear grip? So Jack Miller, Valentino Rossi is on the charge. He's just picked up his teammate Maverick Vinales at turn number 16. That's at the Losail International Circuit in Qatar.
Wow.
Rossi's had podiums in 5 of the last 6 here. This was at the moment getting the better of Franco Morbidelli. The pair of them on Hondas last year. Pastures new fins right in there as well. What about this? Mazzano, Catalunya, Assen, Hockenheim in the Salzburg ring. The lap find a way through on Joan Mir. He's lost over a second to Valentino Rossi. There's Cal Crutchlow, the heroic pace last time around to a 1:55.4.
On to the start-finish straight we go. 4 laps remaining. Marquez now stick with them.
Crutchlow, there you go. Personal best lap, 55.3. Nothing between him and Danilo.
Back to Petrucci, half a second now.
Got to say, a massive amount of credit to Alex Rins. He must have knocked his...
Rins has gone wide.
That's a big mistake then by Alex Rins. Cal...
into turn 1. He was so close to Marquez. He had to go...
All too little, too late. He's easily dropped Joan Mir. It's still going to be an outstanding MotoGP debut. Andrea Dovizioso leads Marc Marquez. Cal Crutchlow still right in the hunt. Alex Rins in 4th place. Dovizioso's made a mistake.
Big mistake. A rare one as well for Dovizioso. He's been in control.
Well, he gets a good chance to see where Marc Marquez is strong, that's for sure. It's the first time down the start-finish straight on Marc Marquez.
Here he goes. Oh, thought he was having a go there, Matt.
I thought he was having a nib.
Slipstream up the inside, a powerhouse on the Bologna Bullet into turn 1.
Can he get it stopped? That's the crucial question.
Contention. Crutchlow still somehow there. Rins and Rossi also.
Oh, Crutchlow was in at the final corner. He released the brakes. Marquez went for the lunge up the inside, and on the cut back, Dovizioso gone. This is Ducati. Marquez makes his move. Big moment on the front end. Can he hold it stick? The final sector. Is it going to be a carbon copy of what?
Oh, here he goes. He sits him up. He's lost momentum. They both run wide. Here comes Dovizioso. Oh, my word. Oh, Dovizioso just gets it on the line.
It's an absolute... Dovizioso knew the move was coming, and on the cut back, he took the victory again. The race.
That was unbelievable. Dovizioso does it again. The Suzuki guys are going to be 10th behind the winner.
Yeah, he was less than 0.3 of a second off the podium. Wow.
You know, it's turn 10. Great move from Marquez, but brilliant reply from
Dovizioso by the narrowest of margins. That's how tight it was at the checkered flag, with Johann Zarco over the line, just 15 seconds behind Andrea Dovizioso.
When he reflects back on this, I'm sure he'll be happy. And what on earth must this man be thinking?
Yeah. Whew. What a ride by that man as well. 40 years of age. But again, the Dovizioso Marquez dual count goes up in favour of Andrea Dovizioso.
And Zarco just offering a lift back there.
It looks like Andrea, he's run out of the gas. It's a very fuel-therm.
There on the face of poor old Danilo Petrucci.
Blimey, talk about glum. Perplexed Petrucci, puzzled, but top brass at the Ducati are here. And their man has done the business yet again. Those year to come. That was pretty tight. That was really tight. New graphics.
Great racing once more. Let's look at the face of
podium in the first race, and talking about guys who need plaudits galore, well, this man falls firmly into that category.
To be honest, not to be rude, I feel like I've got a dead bum. Somebody hit me with a foot peg in the left butt cheek, and I can't...
As we said 4 months ago, there was even some doubt about whether he would even race again. Such was the severity.
This was from last year. Almost the carbon copy.
Right now, Marc Marquez, he tried it as you knew he would. 15 we've ever had in history. Here is confirmation then, the final results from a phenomenal opening Grand second. The top 15 covered by just 15 seconds. Pol Espargaro and Johann Zarco taking on the grid, had to start the race from pit lane. He fought his way back through into 16th place. Bradley Smith was a fourth. Double top 6 then for Mission Winnow Ducati. That means they lead the team championship 35 points. The Independent Riders Championship. Well, it's been a great night for the LCR Honda team with
MoTo and Ducati will be celebrating into the night in Doha later.